It seems like Angus Cloud might be more like his Euphoria character than we thought. He has been exposed by his ex-manager for his drug use. This manager claims that Angus was incredibly rude and disrespectful. Even after he saved Angus's life from an overdose and was vomited all over his face, Angus has refused to pay him and now is threatening him legally. So let's get into it. If you guys haven't seen the show Euphoria, you've probably heard of it. It's one of HBO Max's most successful shows, and personally, I really enjoyed it, but there's one cast member who I'm worried about. Angus Cloud plays Fez on the show, and it seems like he's going through something really dark. We see so many actors and rock stars over time get into drugs, they're overworked, and then they die, and it seems like Angus could be headed down that path. His former talent manager has opened up about his alleged drug addiction. He said that the actor was verbally abusive towards him and that Angus even vomited onto his face after the talent manager performed CPR on him.
Euphoria star Angus Cloud's ex-talent manager is making some very serious accusations against him. Diomi posted a 23-page Twitter thread saying he had to resign as Angus's manager due to verbal abuse from him, emotional distress, and his severe drug addiction.
So Diomani used to work for Angus Cloud. It's been a while since they've worked together, but he was there early on in his career and he's witnessed some pretty horrific things.
Euphoria star Angus Cloud's former manager accuses the actor of verbal abuse, emotional distress, and severe drug addiction, and also not paying him. All of Angus Cloud's recent blind items have alluded to the fact that there is a storm coming for the actor in the form of accusations from women, maybe underage girls, and then also ex-members of his team.
So let's go ahead and start at the beginning of their working relationship. Diomi revealed that he had met Angus when he was working as a mental health technician while pursuing his dream of becoming an independent talent manager. The two had allegedly developed a close bond and they began working together professionally in April 2021. Diomi claims that when he started, Angus's life was a mess. I mean, he was clearly on drugs and he was in a state of disarray. So he helped him pick up his life. He claims that he hired a publicist, he created a business account, created an LLC, got him health insurance, made sure that Euphoria was paying him correctly. He serviced out a bookkeeper. He did like all of the business things for Angus that he probably had no idea what to do. From my understanding, Angus Cloud didn't start off as an actor. He actually kind of like stumbled into it, for lack of better words, and he was hired on Euphoria and a big hit, but it was just a few years ago he was serving tables in Brooklyn and really didn't have any money. Diomi writes that Angus was doing well despite being surrounded by friends who acted as roadblocks in his path to recovery. This all finally led to Angus's relapse. He further revealed that when he visited the actor for a July 4th barbecue, he could instantly tell that the actor had resumed taking substances. This was just 2 days after he got out of rehab. He claims that by November 2021, Angus had evidently relinquished control of his addiction. By Diomi's account, it seems like he was the only person really concerned about Angus's drug use. I mean, his team continued to work him and put him out there even though he was clearly high.
Posted this and it's a video. He captioned it saying, "After my departure, although Angus's team was fully aware of his drug addiction, there was no one present to intervene or prohibit him from working. Consequently, despite his clear inability to perform under those circumstances, they continued to engage him in work." Now, roll the clip!
While Angus was in rehab, he was doing well and he was filming Euphoria and showing up on time, but towards the end of season 2, that's when everything started falling apart. Supposedly, the creator of Euphoria told Angus to fight for his life. He was so desperate for Angus to, I guess, survive season 2 that he said that, which I think is like really unfortunate because you can clearly tell that he's struggling and he's telling him to fight for his life, but he needs help and the creator of Euphoria probably could help him out.
One of the things he talks about is Angus's severe drug addiction on the set of Euphoria. Apparently, he was in rehab the last 2 weeks of the filming of season 2. He was a zombie on set. Everybody was worried, and Sam Levinson was like, please get help. We don't want you to die. Apparently, HBO and Sam felt it was very necessary for him to get sober, and here's a letter sent by HBO to Angus with stipulations what he had to adhere to in order to remain on the show.
So HBO literally told him, if you did not follow these rules, then we cannot continue to employ you. So he did go to rehab, but it didn't last long. Reports claim that the actor refused to stay and eventually checked himself out.
Angus Cloud's addiction and verbal abuse just allegedly caused his manager to quit. He also claims that he owes him money for his services. He said that at one point he even had to save him from an overdose. They said that they now have PTSD from working with Angus.
Diomi claims that he has PTSD from working with Angus, and back in November 2021, he kind of fell off and relapsed, and by January 2022, he started off the year on the wrong foot. Diomi claims that he received a frantic call from one of Angus's roommates, who said that Angus was overdosing. He rushed to Angus's place to help him out. Angus exhibited cyanosis in his lips and fingernails, prompting me to evacuate the room and administer Narcan and Translate. However, his breathing continued to deteriorate, necessitating to the use of CPR and mouth-to-mouth, which I was able to provide due to my training at the rehabilitation facility. Fortunately, these measures proven successful in reviving Angus. Regrettably, he regained consciousness and vomited onto my face. I mean, thank God he saved his life. So, I mean, the vomit is like the least of his worries, but also really gross to have to go through that. After this point, Diomi claims that Angus's behavior towards him became extremely abusive and that he degraded him in front of his friends and colleagues. Diomi claims that his last straw was whenever Angus decided to go and party with his friends in Paris, opposed to go and uphold his duties. So he ultimately left, and he asked Angus and the rest of his team for his payout, for his money that he had been owed, and they actually tried to work out a deal before he went public. All the tweets and this thread that we're referring to has been removed, so I'm assuming that he's been threatened legally or silenced or something along those lines, but they were working out a settlement before he went public.
That back in September, Angus's legal representative did indeed present him with a settlement offer. He said that the terms of the offer left him feeling undervalued and as though he was being offered nothing more than a perfunctory, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, taken gesture.
Diomi wrote, "My decision to resign was prompted by Angus's verbal abuse, emotional distress, and severe drug addiction, which rendered it impossible for me to continue my professional relationship with him." He also writes, "As a result of my resignation, for over a year, I've been pursuing the collection of my outstanding management commissions from Angus, totaling over $60,000. Despite repeated attempts to resolve this matter amicably, I have yet to receive any of the payments owed to me." Working in the entertainment world, it's hard to get paid sometimes. So if he's owed this money and it's valid, then he should have it and try to close that chapter.
Diomi says, as a result of my resignation for over a year, I've been pursuing the collection of my outstanding management commissions from Angus, totaling over $60,000. So he wants to get paid. He wants his money. He says, despite repeated attempts to resolve this matter amicably, I have yet to receive any of the payments owed to me.
There was something interesting that his manager had brought up, which I wanted to bring up to you guys, because Sam Lutfi was a big part of Britney Spears' life, and he has a reputation. Diomi brought up this reputation in a tweet, writing, "Angus is currently being managed by Sam Lutfi, and I find it incredibly interesting how Sam is always associated with celebrities who are dealing with mental health or addiction issues." And he brought up Sam Lutfi's associations with Britney Spears and Courtney Love. I do think that's an interesting point, and I do think that there's a lot of people in Hollywood who are probably enablers. I mean, there are so many clips out there of Angus where he's clearly high and working.
I'm Angus Cloud and I'm about to play this or that. Hello internet, yo what's up, I'm Angus Cloud and I'm about to play this or that with variety.
Or small gathering.
Man, it depends. I want it to be a big function if it's a whole lot of town, please, a whole lot of people in the area, you feel me? We trying to have a real function, you feel me? A real party.
You guys might say that that's just how Angus is, and I kind of agree with you. I watched a bunch of interviews of him, and he does speak, slower, and he's got his, whatever, his accent, I guess New York accent or whatever it is. But looking at this interview in particular, his talent manager brought it up because he claims he was clearly high in this, and there's no way to deny it. I mean, watching this video clip, I have to agree.
Everybody invited to the cookout, you know what I'm saying? Everybody invited to the function, but you feel me? The small personal, that's family business, you know what I'm saying?
It's hard to watch those video clips because it reminds me of Amy Winehouse and how we pretty much watched her fall apart in front of us and then die. And I just don't want to see any other stars go through that. But this is just a rough year for Angus because the police reportedly wanted to speak with him because of a hit and run. Authorities with the California Highway Patrol want to speak to Angus Cloud in connection with a hit and run in which he may have been involved. A man who appeared to be Angus and a friend were driving an SUV around Marina del Rey, California last week when they allegedly rear-ended a Toyota and drove into a nearby parking lot. When a witness who knew the people in the Toyota tried to follow the two men into the parking lot, they had allegedly fled the scene. Ooh, hit and run. They dipped. At least one person in the Toyota was injured and left with bruises. Ooh. They never listed him as an official suspect, and we never heard anything else about this, which I think is pretty convenient because probably his management shut it up. But they wanted to talk to him because that person was injured and he could have been involved. So that's not a good look for someone who has these type of allegations against him. Here's my email. If you guys have any other video ideas for me, let's go ahead and open this PO Box package item. It says "Do not bend," and it's from Daniela. Oh my gosh, it sounds scary outside. What is going on? Hi Sloan, my name is Daniela and I am a henna artist and visual artist from Argentina. I'm sending you this Britney painting I made. It's original art. Oh, that's really cute. Wow. I've decided to send it to you since I'm a big Britney fan and I really appreciate your coverage of the Free Britney movement. Also, this is more private, personal, so don't share. Okay, I won't. Aw. That is so sweet. Okay, I'm going to read the rest of this one off of camera because I don't want you to. Yeah. Oh, that's so sweet, Daniela. Thank you. Also, the card is really pretty. I really appreciate it and such a sweet message. Here's the painting. It is so good. I mean, look at this. Wow, I love that. I can't wait to hang it on my walls. I love when you guys send me art like this. And this is done so well. Congrats on your talent. It also looks like they sent me this like mood board kind of like positivity, which I really like. That's sweet because you guys know I have been going through it. So really thoughtful of you. I really appreciate that. And then we have some cute stickers here. I don't know if you did you make these or what's really going on here, but it looks like there's some, oh my gosh, it's giving Dan Schneider with the feet, but it looks like there's some cute little feet and roses thing, which we love. Oh, it's adorable. Thank you so much. This painting is next level and your letter was very sweet. So I really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in a new video. Make sure you can see it all. Here we go. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I'll see you in a new one soon. Bye guys.